What up, YouTube? T Movies here. Now, since it is February, I decided to really go down and list of the TV premieres premiering in February because February looks like it's gonna have a pretty solid year for solid month for TV shows, whether it's returning shows or new shows and all, or even specials and all. So, with that being said, here are the TV premieres coming in February. All right. Now tomorrow, which is Sunday, February 2nd, we got season 3 of The Masked Singer, which I saw a couple of Masked Singer episodes. It's just not for me. I mean, yeah, I'm. It's gonna be interesting to see who they're gonna max this season. But anyway, speaking of, how cool was to see Eddie Murphy back as Buckwheat on SNL with the Masked Singer thing? I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, of course, obviously, the big thing premiering tomorrow is not The Masked Singer. It is obviously the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not much of a sports guy, but you can't deny that the Super Bowl is the most popular thing in entertainment. And I'm pretty sure that the Super Bowl is going to be honoring Kobe Bryant, which they definitely should there. And one major reason why I do mainly watch the Super Bowl, despite me not being much of a sports guy, is because they do tend to drop like some really cool commercials, cool trailers. So it's gonna be interesting what trailers they're gonna be showing during the Super Bowl. But anyway, all right, premiering on Monday, February 3rd. It is season 2 of that Showtime. Sorry for that. As I was saying, now premiering on February 3rd, we got this new show called, or this talk show called Jesus and Morrow, which I never really much seen. Also premiering February 3rd, we got a documentary series called McMillions, which details accounts of the McDonald's Monopoly game scam during the 1990s. Wow, that now one reason why that does sound familiar is because Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are actually planning to do a movie based on this, so should be interesting to watch there. But hey, I'm interested to check out a interesting documentary like that. It could be something pretty interesting. All right, premiering on Wednesday, February 5th, it is Lego Masters Season 1, which is hosted by Will Arnett, who's no stranger for the Lego universe because of obviously he voices Lego Batman in the Lego movies, and it's where you know people go head to head to build teams of two Lego enthusiasts go head to head to build some really cool stuff out of Legos, which I think that's actually pretty cool. I mean, we got so many music. I mean, we got so many music competition shows and all. We got dating competition shows. So this is nice, a very nice, different competition show that we never really had before. So could be interesting. All right. Now Thursday, there's loads of stuff premiering on Thursday, February 6th. There's season 7 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I really quite like. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's a really good show. With Andy Samberg, Terry Crews. So yeah, I mean season 7 is premiering on February 6th, and I cannot be more excited. Also premiering, and that premieres on NBC by the way. Also premiering that day is a new show called In Depth, which tells the story of young parents Dave and Rebecca who end up living to take care of Dave's parents who have mishandled their finances and need to pay down a sizable debt. It stars the likes of Adam Pally. You got Abby Ellis in this, Steven Weber, and the return of the nanny herself, Fran Drescher is in this. So that should be pretty interesting. And I quite like the previews I've been seeing. It looks pretty funny. I mean, it could be dumb, whatnot, but hey, I'll definitely get that one watch. All right, what's the
name of your YouTube channel?
T Movies.
What?
T Movies.
T Maurice?
Movies. Sorry, guys. Anywho. Also premiering on February 6th. We got this new crime series premiering on the on CBS called Tommy, which stars Edie Falco, who plays this former high-ranking NYPD officer who becomes the first female in chief of police in Los Angeles. Now, is actually premiering the day that the show Evo, of course, just premiered on. So yeah, but it could be pretty cool. I mean, Edie Falco coming back to TV. I mean, obviously she's best known for Nurse Jackie, Sopranos. So pretty cool to see her making like a bit of a TV comeback. All right. Also premiering on February 6th, there are two CW shows. There's Legacy Season 2, which is the Vampire Diaries spinoff, and there's also the Riverdale spinoff, Katie Keene with Lucy Hale, Ashley Murray, playing the role of Josie. I think Katie Keene looks pretty intriguing. I really quite like Riverdale, so I'm down to check out I'm really down to check out a spin-off of Riverdale because Riverdale's a pretty decent show. So, and I do quite like Lucy Hale, so anything she's in, I'll give a watch. All right. Also premiering that day, USA has a couple of shows premiering. They're premiering The Sinner Season 3, which is about a detective Ambrose who investigates a tragic yet suspicious car accident on the outskirts of Dorchester. And it stars Bill Palmer and Matt Bomer. And there's also this new show called Bearer Patch, which is about a investigator who returns home to solve the death of her sister from a car bombing. And this search for a killer unravels a system of corruption in her small border town. It stars the likes of Rosario Dawson, Ed Asner, Kim Dickens, Eddie Gaffegi, Alan Cummings. They're pretty interesting cast members. I mean, I do adore me some Rosario Dawson, so anything she's in, I'll definitely go watch. And the first two seasons of The Sinner, The Sinner is actually a pretty decent show. I mean, with Miss Robot, since Miss Robot just came to an end, it's pretty cool to see USA still making like more other shows. I mean that show they got I think it's called Dare Me. That's actually pretty decent too. So anyway, all right. Last but not least, premiering on February 6th, it is a CBS All Access show called Interrogation, which is about a non-linear crime series that centers around a interrogation of people who might be involved in a decades-old murder case. It stars the likes of Kyle Gallner, Cody Smith McPhee, David Schaffer, and Vincent D'Onofrio. So that actually sounds pretty intriguing. I mean, CBS All Access, they just put out Picard, which is pretty decent. I'm really looking forward to check out I'm really kind of intrigued by Interrogation. That should be interesting, so it will be something pretty cool. Alright, premiering February 7th, there's Season 4 of HBO's High Maintenance, which I've never really seen. There's Netflix's new series, Lock and Key, which is based on the book by Stephen King's which is written by Stephen King's son, Joe Hill, which is pretty cool there. And anyway, now here's what Lock and Key is about. Three siblings who move into their estate after their father's murder discovers their new home's magical keys, which must be used in their stand against an evil creature who wants the keys and their powers. That kind of sounds really cool right there. I mean, it is based on a book, which is pretty cool there. It looks pretty creepy. The supernatural aspects looks pretty intriguing. So yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by this. All right. Now, also premiering on the 7th, we got Season 4 of MacGyver, which is pretty decent with Lucas Till. I almost said Lucas Hedges, but Lucas Till stars on MacGyver. There's an Apple Plus series called Mythic Quest, Raven's Banquet, which here's what this is about. The Cutting Edge comic is set in a video game development studio and will explore the intricacies of the human condition through hilarious and internet ways. and it also stars stars it also stars It's Always Sunny dude Rob McGowney, I think his name is, the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But anyway, Mythic Quest kind of looks pretty interesting. I mean, it's set. Like I said, it does take place in the world of video gaming, so that's pretty cool right there. I like some of the cast involved, so yeah, I'll probably give this one a shot. All right, now also premiering on the 7th is not really TV shows, but they're mainly movies. There's Disney Plus's new film, Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made, which is a Disney Plus film, and it is based on a book, and it's about this kid who believes that he is the best detective in Town's the agency, and he also has a imaginary polar bear. So that's kind of intriguing right there. I mean, Disney Plus has been putting out some really interesting content. I mean, obviously The Mandalorian just ended, so High School Musical just ended, so it's gonna be interesting to see what else. Not to mention they got that President show, Diary of a Teenage Prince, I think it's called. That's actually pretty decent though. So it's gonna be interesting to see what else Disney Plus has coming up their sleeve in their future. All right. Also premiering, there's a Netflix film called Horse Girl, which is about a socially awkward woman who, with a fondness of for arts and crafts, horses, and supernatural crimes, shows find her some increasingly lucid dream tickling into her waking life. Now, this stars the likes of Alison Brie, Debbie Ryan, Paul Reiser. This kind of looks really creepy. It just premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, and actually Timmy Failure also premiered at Sundance, and both movies actually got rave reviews over at Sundance. So, sign me up with this one. I mean, I like Alison Brie. The director, he last did that R-rated Dirty Nuns movie, The Little Hours, so I'll probably check that out because of that director alone. Alright, Saturday, February 8th, we got the Spirit Wars premiering. Hopefully Adam Sandler will win there. And it's hosted by Aubrey Plaza, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, on February 9th, we got the 8th and final season of Showtime's Homeland, which I'm not really much of a Homeland guy, but if you're a fan of Homeland, good news. Good news and bad news, Season 8 is premiering on February 9th, and it's the final season, so... And also February 9th is the Academy Awards, so... Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the Oscars fare once again without a host, but we'll see. Alright, also February 9th, we got Kidding Season 2, which stars Jim Carrey. Now, Kidding is actually a pretty solid show. It is a little, I will admit, it is a bit draggy at times, but I really quite got get a kick out of it. Jim Carrey is amazing on the show. You also got a few other folks. You got Julie Greer's in the show. Yeah, some really interesting cast members. Like, if you guys... Frank Langella's also on the show, too. I mean, with... since Shameless just ended, this will, of course, fill my void of Shameless. But, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to check out Season 2 of Kidding. Alright. Also premiering February 9th, there's Season 2 of Wrong Man, which talks about the cases of three men who may have been mistakenly for a crime they didn't commit for decades. So yeah, that I do love me a good true crime docuseries. So this I'll probably check out Season 2. On Tuesday, February 11th, we got a show called For Life, which is a ABC show, and it is produced by 50 Cent. And it's about a prisoner who becomes a lawyer and fights to overturn his life sentence for a crime he didn't commit. So, boy, they got a lot of shows premiering about people who are being convicted for crimes they didn't commit. I mean, hey, that does usually happen a lot. So it's nice to see. I am kind of looking forward to check this one out. I mean, it is another courtroom drama, which courtroom shows I would admit are usually the same. So, all right. On Wednesday, February 12th, we got season 40. Jesus Christ. Season 40 of CBS's Survivor. Holy cow. Jesus. Survivor is coming in its 40th season? Holy cow. And, crazy to believe, I just realized Survivor literally turns 20 this year. Wrap your head around that. Because Survivor first premiered on CBS in 2000. We're in the 2020s. This is literally Survivor's 20th year. Holy cow. Oh boy. Anyway, also premiering on February 12th, we got the revival of The Suit with new host Jada Preda. That could be interesting. I mean, I quite like The Suit. It was hosted by Joe McHale before, but I'm kind of really looking forward to see what this new, how good this new girl could do. But we'll see. All right. Also premiering February 12th, we got To All the Boys sequel P.S. I Love You with Lena Condor and the new He-Man dude, Noah Centineo. I mean, I really quite like the first To All the Boys movie, so I'll give the sequel a shot.
You have a plan B?
Alright. Now, premiering on Thursday, February 13th, we got Narcos New Mexico Season 2 with Diego Luna, so that could be interesting. Friday, February 14th, we got High Fidelity Season 1, which is a TV reboot of the John Cusack film, which is based on the Nick Hornsby novel, and it stars Zoe Kravitz. Also, February 14th, we got Strike Back Season 6 on Cinemax. We got Zombies 2 for Disney Channel. I mean, good news if you guys like the first Zombie on Disney Channel. Good news, Season 2 is premiering on February 14th. So, and it stars and I should mention Zombies does star American Housewife girl Meg Donnelly. So there's that. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, on Sunday, February 16th, we got Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which is season 7, which is a HBO talk show. We got Outlander season 5 for Stars, which I rarely watch Outlander, so. But good news, if you guys have seen Outlander and you enjoy it, season 5 is premiering. I believe this is the final season, if I'm not mistaken. Or did it get renewed? I can't remember. But also February 16th, we got American Idol season 3, which of course returns judges of Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and country dude Keith Urban. So I mean, I quite like American Idol, so I'll probably watch season 3. We got season 3 of Good Girls premiering on NBC, which I really get a kick out of Good Girls. With Christina Hendricks, Mia Whitman, and Parks and Rec girl Rita. So I'll definitely keep my eye out for season 3. We also got War of the Worlds season 1 for FX, which is based on the H.G. Wells novel. Now, my favorite adaptation of War of the Worlds obviously is the Tom Cruise one, but maybe this could be pretty decent. All right, also premiering that Sunday, we got Dunkerville season 1, which is a Fox animated show, which is about a average kid named Duncan who dreams of making it big without having to wear a suit and tie to do so. It features the voice talents of Ty Burrell, Rashida Jones, Wiz Khalifa, Ricky Lindholm, and Amy Poehler. Also premiering that Sunday, we got Extreme Makeover Home Edition, which is hosted by Modern Family dude Justin Todd Ferguson. So keep your eye out for that. All right. On February 21st, we got an Amazon show that I'm actually really interested in called Hunters, which is about a diverse band of Nazi hunters living in 1977 New York City discovers hundreds of high-ranking Nazi officials and are conspiring to create a fourth Reich in the U.S. And so the Electric team ends up willing set out on a bloody quest to bring them to justice. It stars Al Pacino, Logan Lerman. This looks intriguing. It is produced by Jordan Peele, so there's that. I mean, I'm still not sold on Al Pacino's Russian accent, but maybe it'll be awesome. Who knows. All right, February 21st on Disney Plus, we got Star Wars Clone Wars, people, which I'm a papa to say this. I'm not big with the Star Wars anime stuff. The Mandalorian's cool and all that's. It's probably my favorite Star Wars show on TV. But as for animations to go, I've never really been into Clone Wars. I was never really big with the anime stuff. So anyway, also premiering February 21st. There's a Netflix movie called The Last Thing He Wanted with Anne Hathaway, Ben Affleck, and William Dafoe. And it's about a veteran DC journalist who loses the dread of her own narrative when a guilt propelled or ran for her father Durst's her from byline to unwitting subject in the very own story she's trying to break. It is based on a book by Joan Didion, and it just premiered at Sundance. And let me tell you guys right now, Last Thing He Wanted, from what I've been hearing, from the reviews over at Sundance, as we speak right now, The Last Thing He Wanted has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. A 0. It's usually rare for any films premiering over at Netflix, over at Sundance having a 0%. It's usually rare. But that's where we are. And it's also Dee Reese's follow-up to Mudbound, which ended up getting lots of Oscar nominations, got critical receipt. So it is a real shocker that you see that her Mudbound follow-up is not good. I hope it's pretty good, because she also did that movie Pariah, which I love Pariah. If you guys haven't really seen Pariah, Pariah is pretty awesome. But anyway, all right. On February 23rd, we got Better Call Saul Season 5, which is AMC. And if you guys don't know, Better Call Saul got renewed for a 6th and final season, so got only 2 more seasons for the show. Monday, February 24th, there's The Voice Season 18 for NBC. Holy cow. Wednesday, February 26th, this is actually a show I'm actually intrigued by. It's a show called I Am Not Okay With This, which is a Netflix series. And it's about Cindy, who plays it. It stars Sophia Lillis, who was just seen in Ground and Hansa. She plays this high school girl named Cindy, who's navigating the trails and tribulations of high school while dealing with complications of her family, her budding sexuality, and mysterious superpowers, and just beginning to awaken deep within her. That kind of sounds like it is from. One reason why I'm looking forward for this is because it is from the producers of The End of the World, so there's that. Sophia Lillis, she was actually one of the redeeming qualities of Ground Hansa. That movie really stunk, but she was pretty good on that, so it'd be interesting. February 27th, we got Altered Carbon Season 2 for Netflix, which stars Anthony Mackie. February 27th, also we got Pokemon the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, which I'm obviously looking forward to check out. I'm a Pokemon guy, so hey. The animation does look weird, but hey, it's Pokemon, so Pokemon in 3D form. It is also like a newer take of the iconic Pokemon the movie, so yeah, it could be pretty changed, honestly. Alright, February 28th, we got a film called, not to mention we got RuPaul's Drag Race season, the new season of RuPaul's Drag Race, which I'm not really interested in. And anyway, and last but not least, we got, speaking of Pokemon actors, February 28th, we got a film called All the Right Places, which is based on a book, and here's what this is about. It's the story of Violet and Theodore, played by Elle Fanning, and Pokemon Detective Pikachu, star Justin Smith, who meet and change each other's lives forever as they struggle with the emotional and physical scars of their past. They end up discovering that even the smallest places and moments can mean something. Now, this is from director Brett Haley, who also directed Hot Speed Loud, that Sam Elliott movie, The Hero. This kind of sounds interesting. Now, granted, I haven't really seen the trailer yet, so maybe if the trailer comes, I'll think it looks terrible, and I'm not end up looking forward for this anymore. But hey, it could be some pretty interesting because, I like Elle Fanning. Justice Smith is literally becoming one of my favorite newer actors now. With, Paper Towns, Jurassic World, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. I think Justice Smith is seriously an actor to keep your eye out for. So, and not to mention, you got Keegan Michael Key is in this. So hopefully it's pretty decent. I'm kind of intrigued by it. Anyway, that's pretty much all. Obviously, February is the shortest month, so there's probably not going to be a whole lot really premiering this month. But let me leave you guys. What are some of your anticipated TV premieres of February? Are you also looking for the Super Bowl, the Oscars, Kidding, All the Right Places? Or, hey, maybe you're actually looking for RuPaul's Drag Race. I mean, come on. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This here is Team Movie signing off.